Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like The Seen and the Unseen, hosted by Amit Verma, where he discusses topics related to economic policies and its impact on our society.
Hey guys, just a heads up before we start the show. We are joining the show. Chiranjeev is joining the show via Skype. So there were a lot of disturbances, technical glitches. So you might hear a lot of disturbances. Maybe not be able to hear us clearly, but please bear with us. Just for Chiranjeev is traveling and getting us all this stuff. So please bear with us. It's a great show ahead. You have lots of stuff happening. So please stay tuned till the end. Enjoy.
You're listening to TFG Football.
What's up, everyone? Today is the 14th of April, and damn, Kendrick Lamar drops his album called Damn today. But hey, before you go down in comments saying this is the wrong podcast, no, it's not. Hang in there, because this is the TFG Indian Football Podcast, very much, and that's why we won't talk about his album. But what we're going to talk about is something more interesting. There are 5 matches coming up over the weekend, starting tomorrow, and an early kickoff, 2 o'clock, which is between Shillong Lajong and Bengaluru FC. Now, hey, what's up, Kevin? He's joining me in the studio. Now, what does this mean, Kevin? That means our man, the Indian football man that we call him, Chiranjeev Oja, who's always joining us via Skype, he's still in Shillong. Hey, Chiranjeev, what's up?
Yeah, who is Kendrick Lamar?
He's just my friend who stays next door. So he told me that he's going to drop his album. So I thought I'll do some promotion for him. So, I did that. So I said that's why I switched back saying, let's not talk about him more. I'm done with that. Let's talk about Indian football. That's what everyone wants to know. So, well, you're in Shillong. How's the weather treating you?
It's pretty good. Weather is pretty pleasant. Today is Good Friday, so everybody is eating vegetarian food and going to church. Yeah. And it's more or less a less fun day for me, because all my friends are in church and I'm wondering what to do for the rest of the day. So,
well, but you know what you're going to do tomorrow? That is at 2 o'clock. It's early kickoff, as we said, between Shillong and Bengaluru. What a match. Now, Chiranjeev, we both shall be quiet for some time, because it's Shillong match. It's a home game. You know who's going to talk about it? Kevin.
Yes.
The mic is all yours.
Did you hear Singto talk, when somebody asked him the question about where do you think Shillong will finish and what will be the ideal position for Shillong? He said 6th is what they have finished the best. Anything above that is good. What a humble person. I have so much respect for him. But in that humility, I really admire that effort that he puts into his team after every game. They are not aiming to just prove a point to somebody. They are an academy team. They are trying out those youngsters, putting the faith in them, and even if the results don't come, you see them perform even better in next game. You don't see that with Bengaluru, with who's
at
going
least
to play
not this season.
Yes, we are talking about this season,
yes.
And we wouldn't be surprised if they even go higher from where they are right now. They have the capability, and they have got that momentum with them.
Yeah.
There's no stopping them. There's no injury concern. Even if Dan Ignath is not playing, this team is still capable. That just goes to show you the power of the youth, if they have been given the proper backing. And against Bengaluru, it's going to be the same thing. I remember the last time when they played Bengaluru, they had lost 3-0. But Bengaluru did not expect the fight that Shillong gave in the starting.
That was like the first match, right?
Yeah.
So this is like towards the end, and Shillong has changed completely.
Yeah. See, over time, the bonding between the players, the understanding, the run that needs to be put in, the flank movement, and that through ball. This is all progress from the first game till now, and we've seen this team emerge not like a predictable team. There's always an element of surprise that they bring in every time they have on the ball, and they do not play harsh. There's no bad fouls. There's no controversial moments that this youth comes into. So this is the discipline. We do not see that in other teams. Yes, again, I'm coming back to the point of the academy and the youth. The way they have been brought up through discipline in the academy will really take them a long way.
Well, too much of philosophies and technicalities over there. And mind you, it's a personal thing for Shillong that Kevin has from the bottom of his heart. Now let's talk about the match. Chiranjit, you're there. And tomorrow is an early kickoff, as we said. They're all in a good mood to celebrate Easter. And they would love to do it in a happy note by, getting those 3 points against Bengaluru. Probably take a sweet revenge against them from the way they started, like a 3-0 defeat they had. Now, we've also seen top teams struggling on these hilly terrains that they play, Shillong and Aizawl. So what do you have to expect? What are you expecting from this game?
Well, it's never going to be easy for anybody to face Shillong Lajong in Shillong.
Yeah.
Okay, they have always had a good form at home. And look, it's not about where they're going to finish, but I think they have a chance to make a real giant statement here. Okay, look, Shillong Lajong and East Bengal have this tension-filled relationship. Okay, we've seen how on important occasions Shillong Lajong have scored victories over them as long as they have been together in the top division. You can go back to the last 2 league finishers games where Shillong Lajong scored their most famous victories as a club against East Bengal, and they even knocked them out of Federation Cup last season. And I would really, really like to see them go all out and get over East Bengal in the league table, because they can do it. Okay, they are on 24 points after 15 matches. East Bengal are on 27 points. East Bengal don't really have a cakewalk. They have a lot of tension going on in their own team. It's a possibility that they will drop points. And if Shillong Lajong try, I think it's possible for them to get over them and get the 3rd place finish. And 3rd place finish is really, really, you're close to the title, if you're finishing 3rd. So they have the chance here. And I think they can, they do have an opportunity. Because Bengaluru FC have also had it tough in the Northeast, in Aizawl, in Shillong. Every time they have come here, they have had a tough fight, and again, it's gonna be on those couple of individual performances that will tip them. I think the Bengaluru FC midfield may struggle a bit, at least in the earlier form, because we've seen the way Shillong Lajong handled the Mohun Bagan midfield. Okay, and Bengaluru FC midfield has been slowly struggling a little bit. They have gotten wins. The last game we saw get a last-minute goal and register a win. Still, man, they got given a very tough fight by Aizawl FC, and you're not always going to get lucky and get a last-minute goal.
Yeah.
So they have been finishing. They have been failing to take their chances and take those, put that early pressure on their opponents. So because that has been their forte, Bengaluru FC's. Over the last 2-3 seasons, they've had this aura about themselves where they assert themselves from minute 1, and they put their opponents in a headspace where they're thinking more about defense than assert themselves back and put the pressure back on Bengaluru FC. That's why they have dominated. But recently, they have not managed to do that. Yep. And if Shillong Lajong are given that space to play their game freely, they can be a competition to anybody in this league.
Absolutely. Now, it's going to be like we are giving a slight edge to Shillong here because they look a better team at the moment.
Are we really? Because I think I see this as a very much of a 50-50 game.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Just giving them the home advantage here. Yes, Bengaluru is coming off from a last-minute win against Aizawl, but we've seen we just spoke that we've seen Bengaluru struggle, or all the other top teams struggle at these places, Aizawl and Shillong. Kevin, I know I don't have to ask you.
No, it's going to be tight, really. It's not going to be as favourable as confident I was against Mohun Bagan. But because Bengaluru are a different side, because yes, they do rely on a couple of players to step up for the team. But they do also have a strong backline that it can turn into an attacking force. So that is where I feel it's not going to be a just one-sided game for any of the team. It's going to be difficult for somebody to score that first goal, and that's not going to be the end. I feel it's mostly going to be a 1-1 over here.
Okay. Chiranjit, are you on the same score line?
So I'm leaning more towards a 0-0 draw, but I just think, my heart says that would be a big waste, because I see this match as a very important, chapter in the history of Shillong Lajong. Because just look at the occasion, okay? Bengaluru FC are the defending AFC Cup champion, runner-ups, okay? And they're still unbeaten in AFC Cup. They are literally the best club in terms of facilities and development in the country at this point. And they are facing another club which has less resources, but they have done a great job in terms of developing football in this region, more than any other club, I would say. Okay, and unfortunately, Shillong Lajong are about to get forcefully relegated to League One, and that's not fair. Okay, and so it's only I saw this banner during the Shillong Lajong Mohun Bagan game that it was put up by Lajong fans, like, thank you Shillong Lajong for keeping I-League alive in this football loving city. And I was like, damn, this Shillong city loves football so much, and they have already lost 2 I-League clubs. Rangdajied is no more there, Royal Wangdo is not there anymore, and now Shillong Lajong is going to get relegated to the second division after the merger. This tiny little city with its limited resources and limited number of people who were playing football produced 3 top division clubs who rose to the top division through qualification, and they're all going to be gone. So obviously Shillong Lajong is going to be around, and other clubs are also around, but they're not going to be in the top division anymore. So Shillong Lajong have this opportunity to make a statement here, that we were here, we mattered, and we have done more than any other club or franchisee or entity that has been active in this region to develop football.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is their platform to do it. And also, this match is special for one of the best footballers we have in the country right now, Eugene Lingdo. Ever since he has left Shillong, he has not had a really memorable performance in Shillong. Okay, so he's here. He's going to be spending Easter with his family after a very long time. He will be being cheered even by the local crowd, even though he's playing for the opponent team. He's a legend here, right? He's a legend rest of the country as well, but he's from here, This is his hometown.
Yeah.
So and I don't know when he will be playing here next, because Shillong Lajong will not be in ISL, and Bengaluru FC will go to ISL. So it will mark special occasion where they will get a last chance to put on this major show. So I want this to be a goal fest. I want Shillong Lajong's youngsters to come up and score. I want Eugene Lingdo to score. I want this to be a special occasion. I want this to be a performance. I want this to be a goal fest. I want Shillong Lajong's young players to score. I want Eugene Lingdo to score. Back and forth. Exciting game that lasts till the last minute, something that really puts the full potential of both these teams on display and gives the crowd a match to remember. So that's what I want. I don't really care who wins this.
Yeah. Well, Kevin, quick thing. Whom you're picking up? Whom you're picking? Shillong, Bengaluru, or you're still sticking with 1-1 draw?
No, yes, it's a very good point that Chiranjit has made. Either it is a good display. It will be a good display of football. But goals actually tell you if it's the best or no. But I still feel it's going to be a 1-1, even though the best performances will be seen too. Okay.
It'll be a tight game. I'm giving Shillong the win here. Now, as we were recording, the news has broken out that there has been some unfortunate news breaking from the East Bengal camp. A fight between their goalkeeper and STP and the East Bengal fans. Ranjit, why don't you enlighten us with that?
Yes, so what has happened as we were recording, situation has unfolded. There was a protest in front of the East Bengal Club 10 today by some supporters who are disgruntled that even this season they are falling away from the I-League title race, which is a bit premature in my opinion, because they are still in the title race. A little bit of this and that, they can still get back in it. But what happened, and there was a scuffle. There was some harsh words spoken to the players. by the supporters who were there to watch the practice session, and it went down from there. Apparently, this is not confirmed. We are just getting this information from various sources that something was said to Rehanesh TP, and I think he was blamed for goals or something. So he got kicked. He kicked a supporter, okay, and in retaliation, the supporters slapped him back. He was hit. The officials tried to get involved in the situation to calm everybody down. But even club official Kalyan Majumdar was shoved around. So it's a terrible situation there. I think it's still undergoing. I don't really think like there's much of a scuffle happening right now. But the aftermaths are still unfolding. We will hear whatever statements that are coming out from East Bengal officials. We will put them up on the website as the situation progresses throughout the day. But this is a very bad thing to happen at this point. Number one, East Bengal is still not out of the title race. 3 points behind with 3 games to go is still very much within the realm of ability to make a comeback. Point number 2, this is the last day of the Bengali New Year, okay, and it's a significant part of the season for Kolkata clubs, because there is a ritual on the first of the New Year day where everybody in the club comes together, and at the club ground, pujas and rituals are performed. Praying for the club's better future. So they do this bar puja where a priest comes and literally worships the crossbar. Okay, so see, it's supposed to be a day for unity and a great social event, a tradition that has been going on for decades. And right before that, on the day before a major social event at the club, you have a scuffle like this that brings out the anger and the fraction within the club out in the public like this. It's a shameful event, and I really hope they get it together. Yeah. And I really hope that this does not get ugly tomorrow as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I hope the fans can, it gets a little on their head, but people do tend to take this seriously. But I hope no players are hurt, and they are not going to
I don't really understand why they targeted Rehanesh TP, because the 2 goals that happened, I don't think it was Rehanesh's fault.
Yeah, it's okay.
Seriously,
I mean,
none of them.
The fans at the end of the day take things very personally, and take things into their hand and do certain stuff. Well, that was that, and as we said, we'll be getting you more updates on this throughout the day. Now let's get back to our previewing. We have 4 more matches left, and the other match will be the neighbouring city, Aizawl, in action away at Churchill in Goa. Now, as just to repeat what Derek Pereira said, that it's tough, but we are playing at home, so that's what the advantage Churchill brothers hold here. Now they are still in a good positive mood, beating the top 3 teams, then getting a draw in Mumbai, and they only need 3 points to get out of the relegation zone. So will it be possible or not? We'll have to wait and watch. But Chiranjit, what are your thoughts on this game?
So look, Aizawl FC really have to win, because they are hosting Mohun Bagan next Saturday. So before that, in order to stay on equal footing with them, with the league leaders, they really have to win this. And same goes for Mohun Bagan. They're facing Minerva Punjab away from home on the same night later on. So Churchill brothers have gotten wins, Bengaluru FC and Mohun Bagan at home. They have beaten East Bengal as well. So they have really done well ever since Derek Pereira has taken charge. And I'm pretty sure they're going to try to make a statement against Aizawl FC as well. They have not lost a game in a very long time.
Yeah.
I think the last time they lost a game was before the international break happened. So they have been unbeaten for a long time. Aizawl FC are coming off a loss. They will have to shake it off if they have to go into next Saturday, which may turn out to be the title decider. In high spirits. So there's not much between these 2 teams. They function in a very different way. Churchill brothers have been channeled in a very new way ever since Derek Pereira has come up. They just got their act together, got a better defense, and they're pretty good at cancelling out opponents' gameplay. And that way it's interesting.
Aizawl FC will try to just impose their own flow on the game, and Churchill brothers will try to be the disruptors. So it does not matter how the goal comes. Aizawl FC will have to get an early goal and just go for 3 points.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what else happens.
Yeah. Now, Kevin, let's get to you. As we said, he already mentioned about how even Bagan has a match away against Minerva. And we know Minerva are not that a great team. But Churchill are. Churchill can be that fighting. They only need 3 points, and they're playing at home advantage against Aizawl. So what do you think about this match?
Derek Pereira has really turned this team into something else. He's made them technically and tactically capable of beating and competing against the topmost and the technically gifted teams. So here, this game is a dual battle. It's also a title race. It's also a relegation battle. Both teams are fighting for their own aim. So it's really going to be interesting how the game begins, because I'm sure Aizawl will not wait till the end to apply the pressure. They were going to go at it right from the start, because they know Derek Pereira has the capability of getting the things level soon. Even at the last minute, it's possible that they can strike back at Aizawl. So here, Aizawl are going to go ahead with at least a 2-goal cushion right at the beginning of the game. And you will see that fast-paced game throughout. It's not going to be a dull game, surely, because both teams require wins over here. Nothing less than a win will really satisfy any of them.
Yep.
For Aizawl, it's like almost done. If they lose out over here, they give the upper hand to Mohun, Bagan or East Bengal. And a relegation battle over here for Churchill. They are up against Mumbai FC. Mumbai FC is just looking and being hopeful that Churchill drop points, so that they have a hope they can still be in the league next year. So it's going to be a fast-paced game. It's going to be. It might also be some controversy-ridden game. Some physical battle will be going on over here.
Now takeaway both of you all have said is something that Aizawl have to score early. There is no other chance but score and have that advantage and stick to that, or else just keep on scoring for them, because otherwise, once Churchill are back in and if you give them room, it's all over then. Now, coming to the other game, I'll ask you, because he already made some points about it, asking you about Minerva and Mohun Bagan. Now that's also as crazy as Churchill and Aizawl. So, but it's coming later after Aizawl. So Mohun Bagan will be closely watching what Aizawl's game. What do you have to say, Kevin?
Advantage to Mohun Bagan over here, because they can change their strategy according to the result that they see in the earlier game. But again, nothing less than a win is going to satisfy Mohun Bagan. Nothing is guaranteed for any of the teams. For them, it's going to be a complaint-less game, because they cannot even talk about the pitch. They already done that in the last game. So that is just going to be another excuse if they say, okay, the pitch was bad, that's why you didn't perform to the best. This time, Mohun Bagan have to step up. Norde, Katsumi, you have Eduardo, or anybody can be a hero, has to be in this game. Else, the Aizawl game is really going to be like the title decider.
Yeah. Now, Chiranjeet, how do you think, how important is this match, and how shameful would it be for Bagan to drop points against Minerva at this moment?
Well, it won't be good at all. It will make the, if Mohun Bagan drop points and Aizawl FC win, then it becomes easier for Aizawl FC next week to keep their advantage going into the last round. So they will have to win. There is no excuse that can make up for that. But one thing that bothers me is that even though I don't really think the ground excuse that, not the coach, Sanjay Singh didn't use that. It was the club secretary who came and talked about the pitch in Shillong. That was a minor excuse and something you can readily dismiss in Shillong. The Minerva pitch is a problem. Okay, they had repaired it, but it went back to a bad condition after the concert. And I'm just being I don't have the full picture here because I haven't seen it after the latest round of repairs happened. But I don't think it will be fully repaired. So that's a problem there that they will have to overcome. But this is where
I think both the teams are on the same
will
page.
Have to show their will. Okay, this is not the best of teams that they're facing. Minerva Punjab should be beaten easily if you do a player-by-player comparison between the two teams.
Yeah.
And if they allow a bad pitch or any other circumstances or one player's injury or anything, just take away from that and they drop points here when the stakes are so high and the league title is so close, then you'll have to say they're not playing like champions. They're not showing the heart or the spirit that a champion needs to go over the line. I-League is a long league. It's a proper league. There's no semi-finals and finals that are there at the end of the line to correct all your mistakes. You really have to win this. You have to win every game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no excuse, no whatever reason that you can come up with, no shortcomings or explanations will be valid unless you get 3 points.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all about 3 points, and they'll have to get it by hook or by crook.
Exactly.
There is, everything else should just stop at this point.
Yeah. Now for both Aizawl and Mohun Bagan, it's nothing else but 3 points that they're looking at, and they have to look at that and nothing below that. So let's move on to the next match, where East Bengal hosts the DSK Shivajians. Now East Bengal, as we said, do hold an outside chance over here, because they now will have like a day, and we'll be closely looking at what Bagan and Aizawl are up to, how they drop points, where are they coming at, and they still have a chance. Though we heard, we spoke about certain things happening from the camp, but I hope this game should give the fans some motivation to look at. Now, Kevin, we start with you. East Bengal versus DSK Shivajians. DSK Shivajians, another team that can prove, be the party poopers. But do you think so? East Bengal's home. Can DSK
East Bengal
do it?
have really got problems going on off the field. Trevor Morgan had a meeting, as we spoke about yesterday, and the end result was they've sacked 2 officials from his staff. That is the assistant coach
and the goalkeeping.
And the goalkeeping coach have been sacked, and there are not going to be any replacement. Even if East Bengal, I'm sure they will make it to the federation, so we don't see any replacements coming at least till the season is over. So that's really trouble for Trevor Morgan, who already showed his disgust over what has happened in the derby. So taking all these off-field incidents, as you spoke about another incident that happened earlier in the show today. So it's really mentally, disturbing for this team, which has given it all, but are still not able to grind out those results. It's going to be tough for them, and I see them sort of a wounded lion, but again, they don't look like a team that's really on a roll, and a DSK cannot defend. If you have an East Bengal team that gets the act together and decides, okay, this is our last chance for the I-League title, let's go all out, it's going to be a big goal fest. But it all depends on how mentally prepared East Bengal are before heading into this game.
Exactly. Chiranjit?
Look, I think East Bengal are mentally in the worst shape. And an update on the situation, Kalyan has made a statement, the official, to the press, and he has condemned a friendly group of supporters for creating bad environment in the club. But see, this is what happens after you lose such an important derby. It can break a club apart. It can create divisions within yourself. And just look at the situation they are in. How are the players supposed to feel? Certainly, their assistant coach is gone. Their goalkeeper coach is gone. The officials are showing zero faith in players. They are showing zero respect to supporters. I'm not supporting the fans who made a fuss out of it, or made it personal with a player here. But this is complete chaos. It seems like East Bengal don't even care about this season, because they know they're going to play in ISL next season. That's what it seems like. So I don't know. This is a bad kind of attitude to have at this part of the season, especially when you can think that what if Minerva and Churchill do something and East Bengal get back in the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they will handle DSK Shivajians. This is going to be a battle of mentality, as Kevin pointed out. Then East Bengal are in the worst shape, and DSK Shivajians are in the best shape, because DSK Shivajians have so many youngsters who are promising, talented, and they're taking this as a growing experience, as a learning experience, and they're growing together as a team throughout the season and playing away from home against these big teams. This is what feeds them, makes them into better players. So they will go in, they will play their heart out, they will try to get full points and make a statement, show themselves off as promising players. But what are East Bengal doing? What are they fighting for? Are they fighting amongst themselves? Are they fighting for the league? Are they fighting to consolidate themselves ahead of the Federation Cup? Or they have given up on everything before, the next season comes around and they are playing in a very different league altogether. So all these questions have to be answered.
Yeah.
And this is where the thing gets really weird. Trevor Morgan may not stay next season. So what kind of loyalty does he feel towards the team? Many of the East Bengal players are already thinking about leaving it. Some of them have, pretty much decided to leave. So what are they feeling towards this team? What are they fighting for? Themselves or the team? So it's an identity crisis for East Bengal that we have unfolding before our eyes. And that makes it, if they don't get their heads together before Sunday, which is very hard to do at this point, this will be a very hard match to watch for any East Bengal fan or any Indian football lover.
Yeah. Well, so it's like this. Now, East Bengal have a statement to make with their performance on field, and this is the match that they have in hand to do that. On the other side, DSK can make a statement and take advantage of what East Bengal is going through and just come shine through, blast into them and just break them and just end it for good, kind of a thing. So that's how the scenario looks like.
Well, East Bengal will not be ended for good, but DSK Shivajians have the chance to get 3 points from a difficult game and make sure they are in the top 8, so that they can play in the Federation Cup.
Yeah.
East Bengal, it's more or less, it's about what kind of respect they want to show their supporters at this point, because there are still, it does not matter. They need to remember that the reason this club has been around for almost 100 years now is because there are a large number of fans and supporters and officials who put their loyalty towards the name East Bengal above everything else. And there may be a few fans and a few officials who are bad apples and creating all this ruckus. The vast majority of East Bengal fans will still, whenever they are joining that red and yellow jersey and marching into a pitch, they will swear their loyalty no matter what they have done till now and what they will do later. As long as they're playing, they will be with them. Okay, so that's who they need to fight for. That's who they need to reach out to, and just rise to the occasion, because that's what football is all about. You have all these obstacles and hardships on and off the pitch. You overcome it during the game. So maybe they will take the chance. Maybe they will become legends.
Yeah. Now moving on to the final match of the weekend. Well, it's another team that's fighting relegation. It's been long time that this team has not scored a goal at Cooperage. I think since the first game they haven't able to score. That is really bad. And as we all mentioned about all of these things, that the coach has brought in pretty late, the change and everything. He can't do much about it, but he's trying. The team is trying. They're saying they'll give their best, but I don't think they have much to do so here. Mumbai take on Chennai. That's the final match. Mumbai take on Chennai, and that's the final game. Now, Kevin, this is. I mean, we've been saying this, I think, since before even they could play the last 4 matches, right? Like, this is it. How many times more would you say that this is it for Mumbai? It's time they score goals.
I think by the time Mumbai take the field this weekend, they might already be relegated.
Yeah.
If Churchill take all 3 points against Aizawl. So it's a difficult situation. So whenever you are dependent on somebody for your result, it's always tough. You really cannot prepare.
It's the worst case.
You cannot prepare for that. Just imagine if Mumbai are playing a game when they know they've already been relegated in front of their home fans. It's tough. Just coming out on the field and having to listen or just face the supporters, listen to their cheering. You will have supporters cheering on for you, what may. But what goes on in the dependent results is you have a plan and you have a plan B. So, but for Mumbai, it's all about pride right now. They can let go of what has happened in the past. It's the new future for them in these 3 games that are remaining. It's for the fans that they will be playing for. But I hope they have something to give back to the fans as well. Because if they've not scored goals, if they've not given their best, if they've not created chances, that also is something for the fans. If you're not able to get close to the opposition defense, you keep your fan on your toes, that itself is a gift for everybody who's watching and supporting you. I hope that's there for the game on Sunday.
Now Chennai coming with a win in this match. So what do you reckon with Chennai's performance?
Are a team that's improving. Even when Robin was in charge of the team, they were still doing well. But management somehow wasn't happy with that. But after that, there was a big dip in their form where they were just losing out all games. They were not able to keep the ball with them for too long. Possession game was missing. They've improved on that. They've got better day by day, match by match. If they've even given the tough teams, Mohun Bagan, teams like Mohun Bagan, a good run for their money. I see them growing, but if they continue this way, it's really good for them in a way that it's a new club. You always have to give credit to somebody who's come in at a short notice. Teams like Chennai, Minerva, even Churchill. So these guys have the toughest of preparation, let alone the off-field problems. So it's not going to be it's not going to be an easy game for Mumbai, even considering that Mumbai is bottom-most and Chennai are above them. This is a good team that's working their way towards progress.
Well, yeah, a lot of things, a lot of emotions, I would say, riding over here, more than expectations, and nothing less than a goal will make the fans happy, and that goal should be in favor of win, not later conceding and then just giving up on it. So nothing to be taken lightly here. Anything can happen. That's what football is all about. That's what a sport is all about. Now that's a long weekend matches that you have to watch, and that ends our show, and it also ends this weekend preview. And now if you're listening to our show on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon so you get updates of our new episode. You can also listen to our podcast on Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, and various other podcasting apps. Follow the TFG Football Twitter handle. Follow everything that you want to read up on Indian football on our website, thefangrash.com. Have a great weekend, enjoy, and come back to us on Monday. We'll have a review of all these matches. Interesting stuff. In Monday's episode will be the bomb. It will be a crazy one. Enjoy the weekend once again. Cheers, guys. Bye.
एक्सक्यूज मी भैया, एक्सक्यूज मी.
बोलिए मैडम.
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑनकोर्स है, साइरस है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वैक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, टिंग्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर जकरबर्ग है और द फैन गराज है. आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम. आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप. सब आपकी उंगलियों पे.